And go. So what you play today?
I played Traptrix. Traptrix hands.
How'd you like it?
I liked it a lot. Uh, I mean, I misplayed once. No, yeah, I didn't draw. I forgot to draw a couple times off Max C, but and my defense was really tired.
So how was your matchups?
My matchups were very awkward because we got there late, so we got the round 1 loss. So I expected to win round 1 and then go against meta, and that's where I win. But I ended up losing game 1, and so I went up against like really weird matchups. So I lost round 1 because the game lost because I didn't enter on time. Game 2, I wrecked Sylvan's 2-0. Game 3, I played my worst matchup, Madolce, and he 2-0'd me. And then after that, I just played a bunch of like weird stuff. I played a mirror match.
Round 4.
I drew with that, and I wrecked artifacts. Like I just wreck meta like special summoning fast decks, and that's what I really wanted to play against. But I ended up not playing against that. So, and then I lost on the bubble. What do you call it? Do you call that on the bubble? I guess.
You were nowhere near the bubble. If you had 18
bubble.
points, you were on the bubble.
I was on. Well, I was almost on the bubble. If I won that, I would have been on the bubble.
He was
I
in
lost
the
the Boojans to get to the bubble.
He was in the air
Magical
around the bubble.
I was like close to the bubble. I was breathing on it. All right, so
Enough about his weird habits. On to his deck list.
I played 3 Murmella, 3 Dynea, 1
Facts.
Traptrix.
8 tracks.
I never got to use this card, and every time I activated a normal trap, I didn't know if they had a negation to it, but they just couldn't use it because, you know, like let's say they had wiretap or something, I wouldn't have known because they couldn't use it. So I don't know how it really worked, but it was an extra Traptrix monster, which I would absolutely love. So 2 for our hand, 2 ice hand. I thought that
three.
I was just in the middle of a sentence saying why.
Okay.
What's the commentator? E-money.
Every time I played 3 before when I was playing 3, I kept drawing into multiples, and it was really disgusting, and I didn't want to draw multiples, so I cut down to 2, and I decided to play 8 tracks. 1 Thunder King Riot, a lot of people didn't play this from what I've seen, people playing the same deck, but this was just far more superior than any other card that could have been in its place. 3 Max C main deck. I really liked it, only I didn't play against meta, so. But I liked it for against Sylvan, against Madolce and stuff like that. It was all good there. 3 Duality. 2 Soul Charge. This card is really good today, just because the Traptrix have special summon effects, and sometimes if they like warning my hand, I would just Soul Charge my hand back and just let it sit there. This card, I wouldn't play 3 though, because I always used it at the right time. I was always holding this card. There was never times where I had to draw this card and then activate it immediately. It wasn't like a clutch card for me. 2 Forbidden Lands, so it's really good. And 2 MST. I only like 2 because I was playing basically how many MSTs? I was playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 2 Call the Haunteds, 8, 9 MSTs to combo with Murmella. I played for the trap holes, 1 bottomless, 1 trap hole. This card was really good, even against decks that didn't normal summon often. Like I played a matchup against Chaos Dragons, which I beat 2-1, and he summoned Crave Bandit, and I just trap hold, and he summoned Lila, and I trap hold, so it's pretty decent. Void Trap Hole. This card was ridiculous. Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare. This single-handedly won me my match against artifacts. I 2-0'd them, but once I realized how to play against that deck with this deck, is just summon Dianea off Dianea and set your Traptrix Chapel Nightmare and just keep hitting them so they can't. They literally don't do anything because you just stop their summon, whatever they summon. Like if they summon the red one that pops 2, it's just really good. Actually, 2 Mirror Force. Actually, this was going to be a 3rd Phoenix Chain and a random trap of my choice, but I decided to play Mirror Force because I was really scared of Leo. So I was really scared of Leo, and that's just something I didn't want to have to deal with. 2 Phoenix Chain. 2 Call the Haunted. This card was really good. Lucky me, I didn't really open it like first turn. I drew it later in the duel, like later in games, and it was just clutch because it could get me like Thunder King or Io to stop a key summon, or Mermello to pop a key spell trap card. 2 Vanity's Emptiness. This card is really good today. Mainly, I would just activate it like preemptively against certain decks, like artifacts. I just like, all right, I'm just gonna activate it now and just beat you down so they couldn't do anything. So it was pretty decent. Would I play 3? Probably. 1 Compulse, 1 Warning, and 1 Torrential.
Like your shirt say obey, obey that. Direct order. Direct order. Say what? Why you walking talking? Take yourself, guys. Plus, behind up. You guys take care, man. Thank you. Be blessed.
Alright, we're just gonna cut that whole part out. Extra deck. Extra deck. 2 level chain. Every single game I played, I made 2 level chain in the same game. I just either dumped Mermello to combo with Dianea, or I top deck Dianea to combo with Mermello. And this card was just absolutely ridiculous. When it stayed on the field for both turns, which it very often did because I'm playing a shit ton of traps, it got through. And then I even actually made 3 of these in one because I used to. It was against artifacts, yeah. Because I had to stall. I had to play a very weird way against artifacts. I just let them set their whole back row because he kind of messed up by doing that. So I just stalled out. I made Laval Chain into Laval Chain, and then one of them died, and I made Daigusto Emerald and put back Laval Chain, and then I made Laval Chain again. So I actually made 3 Laval Chain in one duel. So it's really good. 2 Dweller. I didn't make this card once. 2 Mage Shark. I felt like this card was really good to get over monsters that I couldn't normally get over, and so that if I decided to book a Moon a monster when they flipped it, I can what I did once, I should say, for a good example is I went Dianan to Dianan and set Bottomless, and then I used Mace Stroke to book a Moon their monster and to force them not to summon it again. So that was pretty good. I never made 2 in a duel, but 2 is there. Like I said, I didn't have space. I didn't have other cards to play. 1 Emerald. That was really good. I just comboed it with Laval Chain. I just went Emerald Laval Chain every single game. Like, these were 2 best cards. I wouldn't play more than 1 Emerald though, because like when I reset, basically like I had game soon, because there's no reason why you would want to reset your grave in this deck, besides if you had like a huge board already. Exciton Anarch. I made this a couple times. I made this like once or twice. This was pretty good. It wasn't excellent. I thought it was going to be a little bit better than it was. It was better for my opponents than it was for me. Heartland Draco and Diamond Direwolf. This won me a game.
Really?
Yeah, it won me a game.
Against?
I forgot what it won me against. I think Sylvans. I think it was Sylvans.
Huh.
Yeah, they had a set monster. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna make Diamond Arrow. I mean, Heartland Draco and just attack you directly. And Direwolf wasn't amazing. I made him once just to get rid of his spell and trap arc because I already had advantage out. That's the only reason I'd ever make him. Gaga Cowboy, pretty good. I didn't burn for game, but I burned for close to game.
And then game.
I burned him to pass Soul Charge, so yeah, I burned him down to like 700. So yeah, and then he couldn't activate. I mean, I didn't know if he had it or not, but either way, if he did, then he wouldn't have been able to activate it. Yeah. So I played Crazy Box.
The sacky shit alive.
I didn't see any skill drain decks, so I just didn't really make that card. Black Ship, I made that a lot. This is like my third most made card. It was Lava Chain, Emerald, Black Ship. And Roach, I didn't make this, even against Chaos Dragons. Just because I just plussed so much off Lava Chain. And I went Arc. That duel, I went Arc a lot, so I just like popped their monsters and went Arc and took their biggest monsters so they couldn't use it anymore. Like it was Red Eyes, I think, both games. So yeah, solid. Side deck.
Standard.
I played the hands in the side. I actually, every time that I went up against a stall deck or a deck similar to mine, basically this is what came in when I was playing decks I didn't want to play against in the tournament. I just took out the max season and played these as a swap. 2 Zombie World. This was really good. It was like a high priority, I must get that off the field now target. And I thought that was good. You know, it deterred them away from my traps with their MSTs. So I like that. Dark Hole.
Did you ever side in the Dark Hole?
Yeah, I did. Against Chaos Dragons.
Useful?
I would say so, yeah. I drew it, I saw it, and I liked how it played. I might even main it. Like, it's definitely a card that I'd consider main decking. 2 Twister. 1 Typhoon. Soul Drain.
Standard.
2 Imperial Ironwall. I did. I saw it. And I'm not really sure if it helped or not because I just ended up winning anyway, but yeah. 2 Deep Dark Triples. I sided this in against Chaos Dragons.
What about artifacts?
I sided 1 in against artifacts because I was siding too much stuff in against artifacts. I sided. Wait, what? No, I think I did side 2, maybe. I'm not sure exactly now that I think about it. I'm not sure exactly what I sided in that match. But, yeah. It was still good. And I sided 2 Debunk. I use it a lot in a lot of different matchups. The only problem is I never saw it any other matchup. I sided in, it was probably my most sided in card. I'd say my most sided in card next to the hands in MST. And I just didn't see it a lot. That was unfortunate. So yeah. That's
Someone's gonna freaking rise up the price now.
Yeah, because I played it. I don't know my exact matchups. I'm going to try to recollect them in my head and then post them in the description for you guys to see. And, you know, 2-1 or 2-0 or 0-2, etc. My ending record was 5-3-1. I drew against the mirror match. It sucked because I won the first one, and then he won in time by 200 life points. So it was stupid, but alright. He's a nice guy.
He compulsed your hand and then attacked you directly with his.
I attacked directly with Ice Hand, and then he top decks Fire Hand. So he compulses my Ice Hand and attacks directly with Fire Hand. So I was down by 200, and it was my last turn. I couldn't do anything at all. So, yeah, there you go. That's cool. So that's the tournament report for me for now. Hope you
We're all
liked it.
tired here.
I actually, let me tell you a little bit about the deck with me. I was testing the deck for, I'll say, like 2 weeks before the Primal Origin sneak peek came out is when I thought about the deck. and that was before knowing that Dianea was a card. So I've been testing this deck hugely, like before, and then I was looking for references online, and no one had this deck out. So, but I thought it was the best thing in the world, so that's why I was playing it, even without Dianea. But I thought that my testing with the deck made it so that I was playing it better than everybody else that I saw playing it. I thought that my build was the best one for sure.
That's what he says about every build.
It's not. It's not even about cockiness. I'm just telling the truth.
The confidence is
I thought that my deck was like my build was better than everyone else's.
And he lost to the mirror match.
I drew to the mirror match. If we kept going, I would have won.
He net decked.
I had more advantage than him. That was his last ditch effort to get 200 damage in to win in time. So I really don't count that as a loss, but because I wrecked him the first game. So yeah. And he was playing like Fire Fist in his. And then there's people mixing it with artifacts. There's people mixing it with like Ghost Tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's no one just playing deck for what it is, which is like anti-mana stun deck. So.
The Traptrix artifacts is actually pretty good. You don't know which one's the set trap hole and which one's the artifact.
That's true. I feel like it gets in the way of it though. The idea of the deck, but either way, yeah. I'm gonna keep playing this deck. I don't think I'm gonna tweak it too much for a regional that's coming up next weekend. But yeah, I'm gonna think about a couple of card choices that I played. But everything worked really well. It's just if I'm playing meta, I'm winning. If I'm not playing meta, it's kind of weird. So yeah. And if you're playing meta, but the meta is Bujins and Girgia, if you're not going first, it's going to be tough because they have a strong first turn. Well, I mean, Girgia has a strong first turn, but it's not, technically it's a weak first turn, but it's their strong first turn. So.
Set 4 pass.
Yeah, exactly.
Strong.
My strong first turn is Mermello, set 5, and my turn. And then just not let them do anything at all. And then just keep blessing. So, yeah. I mean, that's how I play the deck. I really, when going to this event, knowing that people were going to play this deck because it was put on blast, like in literally the last week before the YCS. So I knew a lot of people would be playing it. Like I asked my opponent, they're like, "Oh, I just picked this deck up." So I thought that my experience was like it was pretty good because. Like, he kept reading my Traptrix. I'm like, dude, you're playing the same deck as me. So I just thought that was funny. But, yeah. Besides that, I like all my ratios. I think everything was good. But like I said, it's just, I thought I would be playing more meta. And the round 1 loss, I think, just affected that whole thing because I lose round 1. So now all the decks that lost aren't meta, most likely. So now I can't play against meta. So it was tough. It was cool though. It was fun. I had fun. A lot of fun. I didn't meet as many cool people as I thought I would. Like most times I go to.
Who do you want to meet?
I don't know. Cool people, like regular people, not even celebrities. But yeah. All right.
Yugi Leopardies.
Yeah.
We met Kanye. No. We met Prince of Cards. Shout out to Prince of Cards. Shout out to MCO 40. I forget who else.
I don't know who else was there. MK40 and someone else.
The Prince of Cards and some other guys like that.
Oh, Underworld 666 was there. And yeah. Any last words?
Yeah. Why'd you have 20 bucks there?